Looking to trade your old bulk for some of the latest Pokemon booster boxes? Well, check ccgcastle.com. The process is very simple. Send in 1400 cards and get a brand new sealed booster box back. We ship boxes worldwide for free once we get your cards. Make sure to check video description or check ccgcastle.com for more informations. How's it going, YouTube? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we will be looking at the deck featuring Lurantis-GX and the Tapu Bulu-GX. So, finally I managed to get all of the cards I was looking for this deck, and I'm very excited to play it. Tapu Bulu-GX, 180 HP, grass Pokemon, no weakness, no resistance, straight retreat cost, with a Horn Attack, Nature's Judgment, and Tapu Wilderness-GX for 150. I mean, I really like this card, especially because it does not have weakness. So that's the biggest advantage of this card, because against fire decks, we can actually maybe survive one-hit knockout if our opponent, of course, is not capable to strike for 180 without weakness. Horn Attack on the other side with Tapu Bulu-GX is so powerful, mainly because, I mean, it's pretty damn broken. I mean, 1 energy for 30, Choice Band will add 30 more damage counters if we are talking about GX or EX. And on the other side, with at least one Lurantis Sunny Day on your bench, Horn Attack will simply does 80 damage counters to opponent active Pokemon with just a single energy, and that's just craziness. The same thing will be for the Lurantis-GX plus that Flower Supply. Some other backup attackers in this build, Tapu Koko, for example, with the Flying Flip. It's definitely a good card. I mean, if you're gonna play against Gyarados, you should definitely need something like that. And Flying Flip featuring Hex-Maniac, and we don't need to worry about Machoke. Also, Sudowoodo will help us with the roadblock against Mega Ray. 2 copies of Tapu Lele-GX, of course, and 1 Shaymin for the draft support. Speaking about some other cards, like the item cards, I'm running 1 copy of the Escape Rope. Escape Rope, in my opinion, one of the best cards to force opponent to switch something from the bench to the active position, and it's definitely must-have in almost every deck. I mean, it can give you the victory from nowhere, and it happens to me so many times, and this is the reason why I simply try to force Escape Rope in pretty much all of my builds. Field Blower ×1, choose up to 2 in any combination of Pokemon tool cards and Stadium from play, discard them. It can also be your opponent tool, for example. Rescue Stretcher ×1. Even I play Karen in this build, I decided to go with 1 Rescue Stretcher. Sometimes you might find yourself in a position that you don't want to play Karen, so that's the reason why I also run Rescue Stretcher, because sometimes just simply with the Rescue Stretcher you can grab any Pokemon from your discard pile and put it back into your hand. 4 Ultra Balls and 3 VA Seekers, of course, so we can have less item cards possible, so the less damage counters that Carbodor can actually do to us. For the Stadium decision, of course, I decided to go with 3 copies of Forest of Giant Plants. Didn't want to go with 4, mainly because I need Forest only for my Lurantis. And of course for the Stadium War. Supporter line is a little bit longer than usual. I'm running 1 copy of the Bridget. So Bridget is must-have supporter card these days, as long as we have Tapu Lele, of course. 1 copy of the Hex-Maniac. 1 copy of Karen. Just wondering why. Mainly because Vespiquen decks. If you find yourself in a position to play against Vespiquen, your opponent can maybe take 1-2 prizes against you, discarding like 15-12 Pokemon from his deck to his discard pile, then you can simply play Karen to him, and that's pretty much GG for him, especially if he can discard so many Pokemons back. 2 copies of Lysanders, 3 copies of Ven for draw support, 1 Olympia, and of course 1 Center Lady. Why Olympia and Center Lady here? I really like the fact with the Olympia and Center Lady, especially for that Solar Blade. I mean, we can strike for like 120, heal some damage counters from this Lurantis, for example, 30, and with Center Lady we can heal 6 more. In my original build, I also run like Center Lady, so I really like it. Also 1 Professor's Kukui, which can add even more damage counters. And of course, 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, discard a hand draw of 7 cards. And from the tool cards, I'm running 2 Choice Bands and 2 Floatstones and 12 basic grass energies. Of course, if you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on ccgcastle.com. I will put you a link in the video description, so make sure to check that as well if you're looking for the one of these sealed booster boxes, Evolution, Sun and Moon, also that Guardian Raising, maybe even Abundant Raising, or whatever the name of the set is. You can trade your bulk for any of these booster boxes. Just make sure to check my video description for all the information you need to know. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see this grass-based deck in action. So see you in the game. Alright, so I'm starting with a Tapu Koko. So this is the Further Retreat Tapu Koko with the Flying Flip. Pretty much out to win against Gyarados deck. Tauros GX Trevenant. Probably even something like Vileplume. Maybe not, since there's a Psychic Energy, but who knows? We shall see. So there is one Shaymin-EX for 2. Alright. I mean, my opening hand looks just good to me. I mean, I can Ultra Ball for something like Shaymin technically, but it's gonna be for like 2 grass energies. And what I'm gonna grab here is gonna be one Tapu Lele for nothing less than... I'm thinking about going with the Sycamore for 7. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go with the Sycamore for 7. Where should I put my Choice Band? I think I'm gonna put my Choice Band just to my Tapu Lele. Better attack than Tapu Koko for sure. Interesting. So what I have here is just a Ultra Ball. Let it be, 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 let it be for Anne and that Karen. Yeah, I definitely need to start playing my Fomantis for that Lurantis. I'm gonna need them sooner or later. I can definitely pass my turn 1 to my opponent. I mean, why should I attack that Mad Bull in the front? I don't see a reason why would I do that. But definitely I don't see a reason why to do that. 1 grass energy can definitely goes to my Tapu Lele, and after that I'm just gonna pass my turn. Next turn again I can just Floatstone to my Lurantis and then Tapu Lele for something like a Sycamore and grab 7 new cards. There's a Crushing Hammer, but unfortunately it's a Tails. Another Psychic Energy attached to his Tauros and just Horn Attack for 60. Alright, so I survived that turn 1 as well. Let's see what we can find with Tapu Lele. Yeah, Sycamore. I mean, Bridget sounds like not a bad option, but I can't afford myself. I can't afford Bridget play, not at this moment. Okay, so Tapu Bulu is here. There is also Ultra Ball available, and this is definitely gonna be for something like a Central Lady and Sycamore. So I can grab myself another Fomantis and put it down to my bench. And I will strike my opponent for only 50, which means that he can use his Mad Bull GX, but then he can strike only for like 150. And it's not going to be enough for a knockout against my Tapu Bulu GX. On the other side, next turn, maybe, possibly, in theory, I can knock out his Tauros. With another Lurantis, I can strike for 70. With Choice Band, I can go for like 100. Yeah, and Kukui 120, so I can't. I will be still short for like a 10. Anyways, there's another Horn Attack, and it's just for like a 60. A VA Seeker for me. A VA Seeker. I can go with Kukui, but I don't think how that's gonna be okay. Now let's just go with the N, just to keep that option to play Central Lady later in the game. somewhere later in the game, I still think how that's gonna be important. Grass energy and another horn attack for 50. Okay. There we go. Right now, he can knock me out even with his rage. Even with his rage, he can knock me out. But I can simply respond knocking him back with my energy drive. So I don't need to worry too much about that. About that horn attack or rage. But unfortunately, without another Lurantis on my bench in play, just the one with the sunny day, or without, for example, choice band, I can't promote my Lurantis-GX and strike with my flower supply. That's huge disadvantage. But for example, as I mentioned it earlier, I can just knock out my opponent towers with my Tapu Lele-GX and grab 2 prize cards. So there we go with the rage, 120. Koko can go in the front, because he have retreat. Bridget is a top deck. Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? Let's just grab another bull and put it on the bench. Retreat and strike for the knockout. That's more than enough for the knockout. 110. Alright, so Phantom with the Ascension promoted in the front. There's a second Psychic Energy and 1 Garbodor in play. That Garbodor can just strike for like 80? That's very sad. So second Psychic Energy attached to his Phantom. There's a Float Stone which is gonna go to the Shaymin. Ultra Ball will be for a Trevenant without too many questions. And Trevenant can strike for like a 60. On the other side, I can strike for like the 80, and he had 120. So I'm thinking just about, you know, playing Lysander down to his Garbodor because he have 3 retreat cost and strike with my Lurantis-GX Flower Supply. Adding some resources to my Pokemons on the bench. So Sycamore for 7. Alright, so Field Blower play. Not bad. I just lost my Choice Band and a Float Stone. I definitely feel how the Lysander play down to his Garbodor, it's definitely going to be a good move, just because I can get rid of my trainer cards. A Rescue Stretcher as the top deck. Not something that I would like to use. So switching down to my Lurantis, playing my Lysander down to his Garbodor, and using my Flower Supply. I'm gonna attach 1 Grass Energy to my Lurantis in the front, of course, so I can use my Solar Blade, and 1 more energy to my Tapu Bulu-GX on the bench. Okay. Next turn, technically, I have 2 different attackers available to use. I have Lurantis-GX with that Solar Blade, plus I also have my Tapu Bulu with that Nature's Judgment or Tapu Wilderness-GX. So there's an Ultra Ball, which might be for something like a Trevenant break or maybe just a second Trevenant. Ooh, 2 Enhanced Hammers discarded. Okay, like that. I mean, Enhanced Hammer, pretty much have zero influence in this matchup against my energies, because I'm running only 12 basic grass energies, and they can only be scrapped with some effect of the Pokemon attack, or maybe with Team Flare Grunt, or with something like a hands on the coin flip using Crushing Hammer. So that Ultra Ball is for... that Ultra Ball will be for, let's just see. Oricorio is a good one also, good attacker, but yeah, I have only one Pokemon in my discard pile, so I'm completely countering my opponent deck at this moment. And it's the Ultra Ball for the Tapu Lele, so he was thinking, what should I grab, what should I grab, what should I go for? Of course, Trash Revenge can still do a lot of damage counters. I mean, I have like 4 item cards right now with Flowstone and Choice Band. I have 6. And yeah, I mean 6, is it item card or, oh, item cards, oh no, I have only 2 item cards. But yeah, still enough for the knockout with his Lysander Plate and Garbodor. Yeah, anyway, let's just promote that Lurantis-GX in the front. He's down to 2 prize cards, so that's starting to be a very risky spot with 2 of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play my Field Blower, get rid of the Floatstone. Alright, and let's just strike with that Solar Blade. Or actually 40, 60, 80. Why not to attach some energies if we can with the Flower Supply? Sounds like a better idea in my eyes. One to Tapu Lele, one to my Tapu Bulu. There's another Fomantis. I definitely need 1 bench space, so I can maybe rescue Stretcher for something like Tapu Lele and N. So there is a Shaymin play and a Sky Return. So he can definitely Sky Return, striking me for like a 60, but I can heal 4 of those 6 damage counters easily. And there's a Choice Band and Shauna for like a 5. Alright, so I definitely need to get rid of my trainer card from my hand. There's no too many questions about that. I just simply need to get rid of my Rescue Stretcher from my hand as soon as possible. Everything can be one-hit knocked out, even that Tapu Lele if my opponent decides to promote him in the front, because I'm just going to retreat back to my... Actually, I don't even need to... Yeah, I need to retreat down to my Tapu Bulu and strike with my Tapu Wilderness GX. Oh, Oricorio. Alright. There is Olympia available in my hand. First, I'm gonna Rescue Stretcher my Tapu Lele. Then I'm gonna play my Olympia. And after that Olympia, I will just retreat and strike with my Solar Blade for 120, so I'm completely full with my HP. 210. 1 prize card, which is just another Force of John Point. Wish it was, but it's not. So yeah, Trevenant can strike for only like 30. That's it. He can't strike for more than 30. Even with the Garbodor, he can't strike for more than like a 40. And that's just it, because Garbodor can strike for 20 damage counters for each item card in your discard pile. Actually, I have much more item cards, so he can go for like 120. Alright. 120, but still not enough for the 2-hit knockout, because I can just heal some damage counters with my Sword Blade. I can heal like 30. V-Seeker for Lysander play. He might just decide to stall, or he might just decide to Lysander my Tapu Koko. Take the risk, take the shot in the dark, and maybe hope that I have 2 trainer cards in my hand so he can strike for like 60. However, he can strike 60 my Lurantis, my Tapu Lele, my Tapu Bulu, or he maybe just decided to Lysander my Lurantis. Only one VS Seeker played so far? You gotta be kidding me. 3 enhanced hammers in total. We are both equal with the prize cards, and he decided to go for the Lurantis. And there's a Shaymin for 2. Still, it's only 30. And that's it. It's only 30, but I'm very afraid to maybe see that. Ugh. No way. No way. I mean, this VS Seeker actually saved the game here, because if he was able maybe somehow, technically, possibly, to find something like a Traveling Break, for me, probably the game would just be over. Literally. So 120, that's the knockout. I'm going down 160. I'm always forgetting to count those Lurantis on my bench. So 160, and you can just hope maybe to pull somehow 2 prize cards, but I feel how that's not gonna happen. There's 1 copy of Super Rod. Can he pull something? Can he somehow technically possibly get Garbodor with enough damage counters to one-hit knock on my Tapu Bulu or my Tapu Lele? I think this is not possible. I have 5, 6, 7. Oh, actually, that's 140, and Choice Band is like 170, but he have VS Seeker play. Oh, maybe. If you can find Garbodor and a Lysander, then he actually had a victory in his hand. Because I have 7 item cards in my discard pile. 8. Ooh, I didn't even count my rescue stretcher. Oh, so I managed to What? I managed to survive? There we go. There's a Garbodor, but a little bit too late. Or maybe... No, it's not. 8 plus... Oh, no way. No way. I played that rescue stretcher earlier. And that's 210. That's the Trash Avalanche. That's the Garbodor. Come on. And that's actually... destroys my day. As always, that Garbodor is such an annoying card. That I actually didn't even sow that Rescue Stretcher in my discard pile. And yeah, that Rescue Stretcher, I mean, even without Rescue Stretcher, he would have like 180 because of the help with the Choice Band. So all he really needed was that Garbodor, and that Garbodor actually gave him the victory. So that's GG, my friends. There's the deck list once again that I used to play in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and let me know what you think about this deck. I mean, definitely it's a good one, it's a cool one. But as you can see, against Garbodor, you pretty much don't have good chance. I mean, 1 energy for so many damage counters. Even if there was a Lurantis-GX in the front, 210 would just be overkilled. And it would be just 1-hit nugget anyway. Once again, thanks for watching. I hope I see you in the next video. Till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.